recognize the member for Oshawa.
Speaker, the future is electric, and the future is coming, and we have to be ready for it. I represent Oshawa, and I support the automotive sector and the workers who have built the vehicles and who will be building the future of transportation in this province. We will all be proud to build electric vehicles right here in our province and proud of the good jobs and the auto workers who will build them. But Ontario needs a real plan so we can charge them and drive them. Speaker, we are not EV ready and we are falling behind. We need a serious EV strategy to grow development, manufacturing, and the charging infrastructure. I asked this government what specifically they will do to make sure Ontario auto workers build the electric vehicles of the future and where the EV infrastructure is so that we can actually drive those vehicles. Well, we're here again today because the answer given didn't give us a plan. Ford Motor Company is pumping the brakes on its Ontario-built electric vehicles and delaying the start of manufacturing from 2025 to 2027. More than 5,000 auto workers at Oakville Assembly and throughout the supply chain now are facing an uncertain future. Oshawa auto workers know a thing or two about uncertainty, but auto workers across the province want to see this government pull out all the stops to secure and support an EV future. People who want to buy electric vehicles look around and realize that the infrastructure isn't there yet, not on the road, not in their communities, and not at home. I want to focus on one small solution to ensuring EV-ready homes. In front of this legislature is legislation that is opening up the building code, which could give us the opportunity to fix a government mistake. Added to the Ontario Building Code just before Doug Ford arrived was a change that would make sure new homes built in the province would be EV charger ready, which would have made it cheaper and easier for drivers to make the switch to electric. Rather than supporting an approach that made sense to help folks get ready for an electric future, this Premier removed it from the Building Code. And just to remind folks, this Premier's first order of business was to rip out and remove charging infrastructure, literally ripped charging stations out of the ground, then cancelled EV rebates in 2019, and now is jeopardizing EV sales and production with this short-sighted decision not to make new homes EV charger ready. Folks in the industry, both the energy side of things as well as the manufacturing side of things, are concerned about the lack of charging infrastructure. As the critic for infrastructure, transportation and highways, I have been learning from stakeholders about the importance of building new homes that are roughed in and ready to support electric vehicle chargers. Folks in manufacturing, energy, the business community, and in various planning departments see this as a simple, uncomplicated, and proactive step to prepare for a future we know is coming and that we want to arrive. This isn't about building homes with charging stations ready to plug and play. This is about wiring and roughing in the electrical to support the future needs of the homeowner. The cost of aftermarket charging infrastructure is way higher than the cost of wiring it right when it is built. Folks who work in retrofitting and aftermarket installation are going to be doing a booming business when folks buy EVs and then realize they need basically the equivalent of a clothes dryer outlet. It is far more expensive after the fact for homeowners than it would be for planning ahead. So I asked the government in question period, and I didn't get an answer in this chamber, but interestingly, the Premier talked about it shortly thereafter out in the real world and said it basically is a hard no about planning ahead and ensuring homes would be EV ready. And that's disappointing. I want to use this time to appeal to the Premier's enthusiasm for the electric vehicle sector. We will be building cars and making batteries and hopefully strengthening the energy grid to support our electric future. But if we don't make sure people can charge their vehicles, we are undermining the potential for manufacturing and sales. People won't buy them if they can't charge them. The Premier cited the concerns of developers and the negligible impact on a new home's price. That cost, amortized over 25 or 30 years, is far more affordable than an aftermarket install forced on a homeowner because the Premier doesn't want to disappoint developers. Well, why is it okay to disappoint the automotive sector and regular folks who are wanting to switch to electric cars? Ontario wants the chance to be a global leader in EV production and should be able to secure tens of thousands of good jobs, the jobs that a thriving, well-planned, made-in-Ontario EV plan would ensure. EV-ready homes is one small but easy piece of the potential, and I hope this Premier will switch gears and commit to ensuring we are EV-ready at home and on the road. Thank you, Speaker.